Hello there. It is about 8 months since I finished the van. Went through the whole Alaskan summer, did a few road trips. Coming into winter now, so I'll be testing out the furnace. We're just south of Anchorage here in Chugach Park. We had about 3 inches of snow the other night and I couldn't quite reach that solar panel there, but it'll melt off eventually. My little shelf here. So if you want to do some cooking outside, maybe on a warmer day, just cook away out here, don't have to worry about turning on the fan. This just hooks under here. The slot in the bottom, and even a little hole that it'll fit in between the wall. And then I just keep my stove underneath here. So I've got the grey water, fresh water, a couple of junk drawers. That's where I keep my curtain that velcros up for the front window. Another drawer under here, and you can see there's the pump. Love this little tap here, very flexible. It'll turn right around and you can like drink from it. It's not very practical, but you know, it'll go this way, up and down. You control the speed. Got soap here. Installed a little mirror. I can look at myself. Store hand sanitizer or whatever girly things. And I really wanted 3 seats, so I picked up this from a pickup truck from a junkyard. You can store crap under there. Now I have a decent cup holder besides that piece of crap. Folds up and down, has a seat belt built into it. Now I'll show you the one thing that sets my van apart from almost everyone else's, the furnace. So I flick this on, turn on the propane. Under there, it's in this little vented box. Sealed, sealed. Vented at the bottom to the outside of the vehicle. Temperature right now, it's 66 inside and 30 outside. It was about 15 this morning. Set it to whatever you want, 70. You'll hear it turn on. After a little while you'll see that nice blue flame in there. Yeah. And then of course I got a fire extinguisher right next to it. It is cool. The fresh air gets sucked in here, so it stays very cool all around. And that's just its own little box there. Exhaust pipe on the outside. And smoke alarm and carbon dioxide detector just to be safe. So you might be wondering, how do I access the propane bottle in here? Well, this slides out, this opens up, and this will come right off and I can just pull the propane tank right up the top there. A little bit of a pain, but it lasts a long time. I've never had to refill it so far in 8 months. Now, because it is Alaska, land of the midnight sun, I need it to be dark inside, so I've taken the Reflectix panels, 2 of them, glued them together, painted one side black because it doesn't get too hot here, and it'll just make it look like the windows are just heavily tinted. So that goes on the outside. Tiniest amount of Velcro just to hold the stubborn ones on. Curtain was supposed to have Velcro, but it doesn't stick very well. I need to sew Velcro on, so I just use these magnets for now. Seems to work decently. Oh. And now it's almost nighttime in here, even though the sun's still up. Most of the remaining light just comes through the fan vent, which isn't too bad. So I've installed these lights. LED, just the old pick your color ones, kind of fun to play with. And then the standard, nice and bright. A couple of them over there and over here. We've got storage, cubby holes at the same under here. In the middle I just put a little bar on to hold things while we're driving. It is getting really hot. A little cabinet that I haven't found a use for yet. Spent way too much time on that. And then I like these hinges that sort of hold themselves up. When it comes to sleeping 3 people in the van, my girlfriend and I sleep up here. And then I put a little curtain up, key ring, and a hook. Separates off the bedroom, and our friend actually slept on the floor, legs went under the bed, head right about here. It worked pretty good. So I've got 2 100-watt solar panels on the roof, a 2000 watt inverter, and then I've wired and everything runs through a GFCI plug-in to make it all safe, and that they all come together and just plug in here, run under the ground, pop out on here. Plus I've got straight up 12 volt that runs the lights and the fan and the pump and auxiliary there. So I can also switch on the TV through the inverter. Come on, there it goes. And I've got just a little bag that collects all this water out of the all the moisture out of the air, keeps it mold free in here. And the TV is on a swivel mount, so it can be turned so you can watch it from outside. Maybe if you're sitting around a fire or something. Not that you should be watching TV, but it's possible. For driving on the winter roads, I always keep 4 sandbags, 2 on each side. That's about 240 pounds. Gives me a little more grip for the rear wheel drive, balances things out. And then of course studded tires that I got from the junkyard as well for about 50 bucks with rims. Plug in there. Also I want to show you I installed a backup camera back here. This is actually just held on with a magnet on some wood. And here's a monitor. Little redneck with the old light switch there, but it works pretty well. Also got a step, and there's the exhaust for the furnace. So hopefully I'll get to test it out when it hits like 20, 30 below, and I'll let you know how it goes.